Are you looking for the exact right ambiance for your next game night? Cantrip candles are the perfect purveyors of magical scents. They make 100% soy wax candles for use with tabletop adventures and games, with awesome aromas such as Dungeon Depths, Health Potion, and Figwood Orchard. Light one up to add a sense of immersion to your next game night. Check them out at cantripcandles.com. Thank you to the folks at Occupied Hex for supporting this campaign. Occupied Hex is an independent tabletop role-playing game publisher based in Denver, Colorado. Occupied Hex are best known for their games such as Streets, Valley Heat, and of course, the system we're using today, Duster. Check them out at the links in the episode description below. Thank you to this week's sponsor, Viridian Gaming. With over 1,500 sets of dice from popular brands like Q Workshop, Chessex, and HD, you're sure to find something you'll love. Viridian ships 5 days a week from their shop in Syracuse, New York, and since they're incredibly affordable, their metal dice only cost around $20 and they're still excellent quality. I can promise you that it's impossible not to end up with at least a few sets from them. I already have 2 and a third is in the mail right now. Check them out at viridiangaming.com or through the link below.
Welcome to the Old Rush, a Duster campaign. I'm your game master, Ify, and in this digital booth with me are my friends, amazing comedians, actors, athletes, musicians. I brought them all together because not only are they entertaining, I just want to put them through hell and back. So let's see if they'll survive it. So just going from around where I can see, we have Owen Bones, amazing musician, producer, and known cutie on the internet.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Owen. I go by Owen Bones. I co-host a late night show with my friend Sir Michael Rocks on Twitch. History of making beats for myself and rappers. I raid competitively in World of Warcraft. And I'm happy to be here. I haven't played many TTRPGs. I'm kind of a normie in that regard. I played some D&D, but this is my first indie TTRPG, so I'm happy to be here.
Excited to have you here and excited to have you play. We're going to have some fun. Now, the next person I'm going to introduce is a good friend, fellow parent, also known cutie on the internet. You might know them from all the wars, but specifically the star. The star one is the famed one. It is Christina Ariel. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to play with all of you. It's going to be really fun. Am I supposed to say stuff about myself? I'm Christina Ariel. I'm 5'4". I just photograph tall. I host Star Wars The High Republic Show on StarWars.com. I'm in Headless, Sleepy Hollow story, which you can stream on YouTube. And I'm an actor, mom, all-around woman about town, and I'm a chameleon. So yeah, those are things. Oh, and I've played TTRPGs with Critical Role and Dimension 20, so that's fun.
Also someone who has played TTRPGs with known TTRPG stars, but also football stars is none other than Johnny Stanton. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on Get on the Horse. A little bit hurt that I'm not a known internet cutie, but that's all right. I play football sometimes. I play D&D a lot of the time, and just happy to be here. Excited to try this new system for me, Duster.
I'm excited to have you play too, because you play fun characters and like a little inside football. It's usually inside baseball, but I changed it to football. For those who didn't know, that was a banger pun. But yeah, you played kind of a Western style character when we did the charity game.
It's true. Yeah, we got Rolling for Red Nose Day 2022 was a hell of a time, and this character is going to be really different.
Okay. And last but not least, another one of the, heads, hosts, powerhouse of this digital power couple of a channel. Yeah, it's Annika Seeley. How you doing?
Hello. Okay, so now we have a team of known internet cuties and a team of non-known internet cuties.
I'm right there with you, Annika.
A PvP situation. You're already tearing.
Cuties are going down.
Yeah.
Death to cuties. My name is Annika. Like Iffy said, I am a co-executive producer of Get on the Horse Media, and similar to Owen, I am just so happy to be here. I think this is going to be a blast, and I think we can just throw it back to Iffy now.
Ooh, all right. Well, before we jump in, I guess, this is our inaugural episode of the Duster campaign. If you don't know, the Duster world is a post-apocalyptic gaspunk story that takes place, all over what is left of the United States. Now the technology is something like that of the 1800s, and people don't look very fondly at tech because it's what brought the apocalypse on, and people are mutated. It is a very fun world, and the way Annika described it that I liked is Fallout meets Mad Max, and we're very much doing that here today. So I'll start the story, and then we'll start to meet some of these characters that are going to go. So our story takes place in the rotted West, the southwestern side, deep within one of the chasms of the maze, and sitting deep in a corner of dryness, huge cliffs, but high traffic for those who wish to hunt through the corners of the maze for food, treasures, what have you, sits a broken down building that has seen better days, but those better days are centuries ago. And when you walk into this building, the first thing you see is this kind of cobbled together sign of what it used to be. The neons don't fire anymore. It's just metal on wood. And it's the Per-Mex pub that sits in this chasm. People usually travel here for refreshments as they carve through the maze, or people come here to look for love, or people come here just to drink. It's a local establishment, and that was just a very complicated way to explain that. But there are 4 people who ventured here today on a mission, who have seen a sign sitting on a pole at many corners of the maze. It says, looking for brave and strong folk, and then just dollar signs. There wasn't much to that message. You just knew that you had to be brave and strong, and there would possibly be money involved. And the person seems to be expecting folk, because he sits at a table as he sends away a kind of larger man with 2 big mutated arms. And standing on the different corners of this establishment, you have a group of people. So why don't you all tell me what you're doing in your respective corners of the Per-Mex?
You see in the corner that has the most people near it, who are kind of trying to surreptitiously no longer be near this particular individual, you see a massive hulking woman, 6'4", just covered in muscle, and not the like, ooh, I work my obliques muscle, but like, it looks like a bunch of mini kegs just got Pinocchio'd and kind of came to life. Just this broad barrel-chested motherfucker. She has super, super tan skin, who's clearly been out in the world for a very, very long time. She has this disgusting greasy mohawk that's kind of flopped over to one side, and on the side that's revealed, you see these incredible head tattoos that have been marred by a massive scar that was clearly like stitched back together by someone who was not worried about preserving the artistic merit of the tattoo that it was on her head. We kind of pan down from the top of her head and see her face, which is just part of the reason why people don't want to be near her is she has the face of violence. One of her eyes is painfully bloodshot with a huge black eye around it. She's been punched in the nose so many times that it's almost liquefied, and when she breathes you can hear that like sort of thing. She breathes like a pug, which is how she gets her moniker, as a matter of fact. And one of her ears has a bite taken out of it. One of her ears is just this mass of cartilage. She has this like the worst cauliflower ear that you've ever seen, because cauliflower ear is very hot. Just this disgusting huge person. She's wearing a bomber jacket. She has a tank top on that's stained with blood, and then also like probably someone else's blood, and then over here is like a third person's blood. And one of her most defining features is she is trying to make eye contact with people. Hey, hi. And one of the main reasons why it's not working is because she's got a big grin on her face, and her teeth have been filed into very sharp points. And she appears to have forgotten that. Hey. And no one is making eye contact with her.
Well, I'd be the first to not make eye contact. I'm standing in the corner with the least amount of people, borderline a little bit in the shadows, toying with the small book that I carry around, which is odd because people don't read that much these days. I've got a bit of a nervous tick almost. You can't really tell if I'm even reading the book or just kind of leafing through to keep myself feeling okay, because I'm slender, gaunt almost, not athletic, hunched over a bit, not great posture, sitting in the corner. But one thing that's worth noting is I'm a little bizarrely well manicured, especially for living in the desert. It's not saying much. You just might not smell me from a couple feet away. Got a big gash across my left cheek here, which is odd. I don't seem like the sort of person who'd be getting in many fights, so maybe can't help but feel a little bad for me. Don't have much muscle mass to fight back. The most striking thing you might notice is I'm dressed pretty well for the time as well. Also not saying much. Wearing the sort of Victorian garb shirt you might find in an old thrift store after Halloween, except it's been left outside for something like 40 years at this point. Keeping to myself, I would rather not be talked to. You get that vibe. So I'm gonna hang out over here and keep flicking through my book.
I'm going to say that Pug clocks this and just like walks over and kind of does that walk where it's like just no real swing, all shoulders, and she's gonna sit down. She's gonna take a chair from next to her. Someone is sitting in it, and she just kind of shakes him up, turns it around, just like youth pastor style, and sits down and goes, "You seem really easy to kill."
This is his worst fear, incarnate here. He's glancing up, eyes flitting up, and he says, "Yeah, certainly."
That's not. I mean, how'd you even make it this far? I'm curious.
I'm reading. Could you? I'm not really feeling talkative. Could you maybe sit elsewhere, please?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'll leave you to it. And then she just.
He sort of just pretends she's not there and keeps flicking through the small pages.
All right, and she's just gonna watch you read and just sort of breathe next to you.
In this uncomfortable silence, you realize that the music has been stopped for a little while. And up on a little makeshift stage that encompasses part of the room, really just made of a couple boxes that are pretty like loose and a little dangerous. You see a kind of a weird gremlin-y looking guy, big pompadour, kind of facing forward, got some different colors in there. You got some reds, you got some blacks, nice handlebar mustache, and very well groomed. He's he's not as well groomed as Owen's character, but like he likes to make his goatee like very well designed. He otherwise just kind of looks like this shriveled up little round-faced weird guy with a eye patch over his left eye, and he's kind of pulling like a little like small like stringed instrument and kind of tuning it, and then he keeps looking down at this metal like little box in his hand, and it looks like it used to be green, but it's been far faded and it's rusted. Yeah, this is a good one. So this one goes out to all you dealing with the heat, and sometimes when this weather is getting a little too hot, it starts to kind of rev up our engines. So this is from the bard of the old times, Nelly. This one's gonna go out to all of you who get a little excited in this weather. So it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Come on, sing it with me. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Yeah, spade baby, let's go. And you just see this guy trying to get the crowd together, and just doesn't seem to be very working very well.
It's getting hot in here.
So, outside of the players, the few who sit around are staring daggers at you. They are not moved. They're not excited. But I will let you take your own personal, let's say, focus. Let you focus on this.
Okay.
This song you're playing. And
Sure.
let me know what.
Focus. I don't have anything in mental and nothing in focus, so just 1d6.
Yes.
Okay, it's a 4.
Okay.
As I'm playing, I'm kind of like in between strums. I'm kind of like putting this like bucket out and kind of shaking like the loose change that is left in there. And it's like, yeah, come on, yeah. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Come on, take them off.
I shed one single tear thinking about how beautiful music from the before times is. I just can't contain my emotion.
Yeah, you start to, a few of the people kind of start to get into it. They turn
Pug
around.
is like clapping so off beat and is loving it. She takes her bomber jacket off.
And from across the room, from her corner, you see a little short lady, about 5'4", but she photographs tall, and she's got a very severe little bob, and she's got a pair of Daisy Dukes on that are, so we're not going by Transformers rules. So she's wearing a pair of white shorts, but they are brown from the dust and the dirt. But they're clean, but they're also white, so they never stay clean because it doesn't work like that ever. And so she's got on that. She's got on a little leather kind of belted crop top, and she walks across the room and she says, I am getting so hot, I want to take my clothes off. And she walks across the room and goes, hey, y'all.
Wow, you're such a good singer. Hello, what is your name?
And she turns around, like you can actually see her fully now, like as she steps into the light. And she has a scar that goes from the top of her hairline down through her eyebrow, across her eye, and down to her cheekbone. And it looks like it's a very dainty, bubbly scar. It's very interesting. But she turns around and she goes, hi, my name's Jenny. Nice to meet you.
Hello. Hi. You also seem a little bit like you'd be easy to kill. And it seems like that's a problem for people. I'm Pug. I'm not trying to kill you. I'm just trying to make conversation.
Oh, it's okay. I only look easy to kill, but I'm actually quite deadly.
Oh, love to hear it. Love to hear it. This guy looks easy to kill, and I think he would be easy to kill. Not a threat, just a comment.
Maybe I am easy to kill, but I do want to say, Ginny, it's rare to encounter people out here that know such esteemed songs from the before times. I have to say, I'm impressed by your musical knowledge of the past.
Oh, I love music, and I heard that little ditty coming on from over there, and I mean, I like to hear it because it makes me think of the times before. It was really comforting. And you remember we had all those songs and we could choose them anytime we wanted to. We just had them like at our, yeah. Anyway, I don't like to think about that. Let's go.
I think Spade comes down from the stage. Like, oh, you're meeting my biggest fan over here, Ginny. Ginny knows all my songs. It's crazy. Like I've never met somebody who knows all these different songs. I just got mine from the Onan Dapi. The Onan Dapi, you know, this little thing? And he shows the little like metal device in his hand. Yeah, and this thing just kind of teaches me these songs, and I just do my best to try to replicate them on a little steel whispers right here.
Can I take a look at that? Can I hold that for a second just to feel it and touch it a little bit?
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay, no, that's actually fine. That's fine. I'm not upset in any way.
So upon showing this like tech device in such a crowded space, there starts to be whispers and stares because this world doesn't look too fondly on tech. So people start to kind of brass up against you. They've now, the people who were enjoying your song no longer enjoy it. It's like a record scratch moment that has shifted the whole mood inside the bar. But upon that, the man who sat in the corner, who seems very well dressed for anyone in this world. This man is in a peacoat, which it's way too hot for, so he's definitely flexing. But a peacoat, a three-piece suit, and combat boots. And he wears a bowler cap, and he walks towards you and tries to grab the device you were holding, but not in a way that he's trying to like snatch it. He's not snatch, but he like wants to like hold it in your hand, almost to.
Sir, this is my own Dapi. This is mine. You have to find your own in the wastes, like I did.
No, that's see that there thing is what lets me know you might be the person I'm looking for. And the muscular man from before kind of comes up and kind of juts in between. He's like, this man's crazy. Whatever he tells you, go the other way. If you want to save the world that we've built, don't listen to him.
There's only so much to save. So, sir, you look like you don't belong here. Usually, I normally, if I was on stage, I'd be asking you for like a lot of money since everybody else kind of can't afford this. But like, you look like you're made of something. Can we help you?
I think Pug real quickly will lean around Spade and be like, on the easy to kill scale, you look like probably like a 7, which is really high. And then kind of like steps back.
He kind of chuckles to himself. It actually amuses him. He's like, well, that's probably true, but I trust that there are things that you can protect yourself with that aren't physical. I don't need to kill to protect myself. I can simply pay for someone to protect me. And that's when you've noticed that there is a man who's kind of stood in the corner who, let's just do a raw mental check to see upon seeing this person.
2.
6.
3.
Okay. So was that a
4.
raw 6? Okay. Fish, you know that this large man standing in the corner has not only armor under his clothing, but more than 3 weapons are on him. One you can just flatly see, which is his side pistol, but you know that he has more to him. This is very clearly a bodyguard, very clearly a bodyguard that's good at their jobs. So that's just information you have. You can tell people if you want, but that's after he says that, you clock that he is definitely not here by himself.
Okay, I'm at this point. I'm not sure about this gang of people I met. I've been threatened by one and disparaged by the other, so I'm gonna hang near, but keep
Not a
this
threat,
information
just a
to
comment.
The comment set me on edge. I am kind of slender in build, so I'm gonna just kind of hang back and watch this conversation unfold.
Okay, so after kind of seeing that he just decides, this man tries to just get straight to the point. He's like, I'm gonna just keep it very simple. I'm Bennett Peabody, and there is something that I have learned about, and I need some people who can find out if it's true. But I also need people who aren't as worried about things they don't understand, like some people. And he looks at this muscular man who kind of like snorts and walks away.
I don't understand a whole lot. It doesn't worry me one bit.
Well, on the northern coast, there is a rumor that a cache of tech from old Granddads have been found.
I step forward at this point. Like I'm really interested in this. Actually, can I listen in? Am I included in this?
Sure. Sure. Are y'all together? Or what's going on here?
Oh no, I don't know these. I don't know these.
Hey, I
people.
got a question for you. Whose old granddaddy is he?
Oh no, old Granddad as in the old Granddad. Our ancestors, the ones who destroyed the world.
One who
And
fucked it up.
They made
Yes, yeah.
everything. They made everything that we're using right now. I think they. Anyways, sorry.
Well, you
I'm a bit
didn't
of an
specify.
enthusiast.
I thought
Yeah.
you meant like somebody's old granddaddy was just getting in the mess.
I apologize. But yeah, this tech in the right hands can do so much good. In the wrong hands, it can either be destroyed or abused and used to do what else. Now, I don't know exactly what kind of old tech it is, but I'm in the business of acquiring all tech. So, should you choose to get this information for me, I will pay however much you want. It's a blank offer, a blank invoice.
Do we get to keep any of this tech that we find?
You do not get to keep any of the tech. The tech is for me. If you bring back the tech, there is not a price you would be able to name that I would not pay.
I think I look back at the stage and see the bucket that had my my tips in there, and it's actually been emptied by somebody who snuck and just snatched it. It looks like I'm a little bit hard up for cash now, so I could go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, just so you know, I'm a man of means and will make good on this deal. I will help you make your way up the coast. I have a couple of drivers who can do all the driving and take you where you need to go. That way you're not dealing with the extras, the fodder, or what else you'd like to call that's out there. But the only constraint I would have is just be completely honest with me, and if you find the tech, just bring it back to me in one piece. And if you don't, I'll make it worth your time.
Can I ask you another question?
Yes.
What do you need it for?
That I would need a stronger relationship to specify.
Well, we got a
However,
strong enough relationship to go do it.
well, that relationship is transactional. There is a lot of money I'm willing to pay you for. And just simply going up, and if there's nothing there, you're still going to be paid for your time. But for what I choose to do with it and what I'm working on, that is much grander than a simple job. That is an explanation of, I don't know, philosophies, an explanation of many things.
You can just say you don't know.
Jenny, you got to stop worrying about this. I mean, you don't want to, punch a gift horse in the face or whatever you say.
Go ahead and...
that's how you make friends with him. That's how you make friends with him.
Go ahead, Jenny, roll intuition on this.
I think while Ginny's rolling that, Pug might say, you're kind of talking the way we're taught the old granddads talk about how technology will save us, and they use that to blow up and destroy the world. So I kind of ugh.
The Peabody family is a family that is held on to tradition. My family was one of the few lucky to go into the underground bunkers when the bombs fell, and through word of mouth, we've passed on knowledge after knowledge after knowledge for generations. Now, there are some things that were definitely lost just because of human memory, but there are things that we've kept, like an appreciation for the old tech and the lack of fear for it.
At this point, Fish steps forward, eyes gleaming with excitement, sort of melting some of the more shy, icy exterior. And he says, it's a real honor. Extends his hand to shake your hand. Says it's a real honor to, meet someone who remembers the tradition of our forefathers. They're spoken down on a lot in these times, and I don't know about the ragtag band we have here, but I'm interested for purely academic purposes, and surely I'd be torn apart in the wasteland. So if this party would have me, I'd be glad to undertake your request here.
Ah, well, look, you seem like somebody who might be able to, help me in the future when we really get the tech together. Christina, what was your role?
A 6.
He is, you can tell that when he's like being secretive about what he wants to do with it, it's not in a way that he's evil, but more in a way of like, you're kind of onto something, in the sense that he doesn't quite know what he is going to do with it yet. And that may be for the fact that he doesn't know what the tech is, or maybe for the fact that he doesn't know, like he's never actually had this access. But it doesn't, you are clocking that he's not trying to be evil, he's just trying to be private.
Now, as a witch, am I seeing, I'm not catching up, anything, no vibes, just, I'm just questioning.
The vibes are very good. He's definitely, he's not lying. He's definitely someone with means, but he isn't trying to hide anything to trick you. He's just trying to hide things because he has his own, deal that he's kind of going through with this. But everything, and with the witchy stuff, everything he said about his Peabody family has tracked true. You haven't sensed him lie, you haven't sensed him anything. He's being very upfront with you.
Copy.
So if you would, we'll just go ahead and I'll lead you to my driver.
I think I'd be down. I think everyone in this group, Jenny clearly excluded, would be just dead immediately, just super dead, turbo dead in a violent way probably. So I could use a little cash, and these people clearly need someone that can stay alive for longer than 4 minutes. So sure, let's go.
Okay.
Jenny hears her say that, and she takes it as a joke that it's meant to be, and just goes,
Fish is already on his way out the door. Icy exterior has melted. The promise, even the mention of the Granddad's tech is so exciting. I'm ready to go, ready to get out the door.
Well, as you are being led out the door by Bennett, the you Spade are kind of shoulder checked by the muscled gentleman from before on your way out. Why don't you go ahead and roll reflex?
Ooh, okay.
And I'll let you know if you beat it.
That's a 6.
Okay, you dodge his, but you can see he tried to shoulder check and like knock you over, but you dodge it, and he kind of snorts at you.
I kind of like duck underneath it as he's trying to shoulder check me because I'm just like such a little guy, and I kind of turn around, start backpedaling, give him double fingers, and kind of backpedal over to Pugs. I'm gonna stick with this tall glass of water. Hey, how you doing, Jets?
Pug just fully like pats you on the head, and then on like the second pat, just picks you up and turns you towards her and goes, I'm super happy that we're gonna hang out together. If you call me Toots again, they will never find your body. And then we'll put you back down.
I love your smile.
Thank you. Sharpen them every night.
At this point, I sort of weaselly like butt in between the two of you and say, hey, you know, I don't want to get in the middle of anything that's going on here, any sort of sexual tension, but I want to let you all know. I did clock that this guy, he's not only got armor on, but he's got a couple weapons on him. I don't think he's someone to mess around with.
Yeah, but he started it.
As you say that, the bodyguard that you're talking about walks out of the bar, just staring specifically at you, Fish, and then he opens the door for you and everyone else. And this car is kind of like a SUV, so everyone, save for Pug, fits pretty comfortably in there.
I would like to say that Pug, being Pug, is going to try to ride in the middle seat, but doing the like full like man spread. Like, hey, let me open the window, just reaching over.
Well, in that case, why doesn't the other three roll for reflex, and lowest roll is stuck sitting next to the huge bodyguard and Pug pressed up against the window?
I rolled a 2.
I mean, I think I'll just voluntarily take the seat next to Pug.
Okay, well, with that being said, just you are smushed up against the glass as Pug and this large bodyguard sits, and in the seats in the rear, Fish and Jenny, y'all sit pretty comfortably as you
it's cozy.
As you start to
resting
take
my
off.
arm on your head.
Yeah. So you drive through the chasms of the maze, and this is obviously someone who has done this trip a lot. And they're kind of just casually talking. There's a new person who's the driver, and sitting in the passenger side is Bennett, and he kind of talks to you over the loud engine as you drive through this chasm. And he's like, yeah, I tried to go to the sorry, I did that weird thing where I just did a different accent.
I like it.
And
It's British. What a weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. It just jumped out, and it's even wild because I've never been able to do a good British accent. And then the one time that I did it, it was
well, you do it in the
good.
Wild West, bruv.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so.
Sorry, I had a frog in my throat. Yeah. Anyway.
So as you can see, we've tried looking, back towards the other cities. We've looked everywhere. The deep city, they're weird over there. Don't really have too many people up for this kind of job. So I had to resort to posting signs and sit at the bar and see who would volunteer. And honestly, if it wasn't for that piece of tech on is it Mr. Spade back there, I probably would have just called it quits. But I guess today's my lucky day. And you're just kind of bumping along. As you are on this drive, is there anything that anyone would like to say to each other? I guess this is a good time for actually y'all to formally introduce yourselves to each other, because y'all are about to go on a whole ass mission. So I will leave y'all to it.
After mentioning of the tech that Spade is carrying, this prompts Fish to remember this, and I sort of lean up, look around at you, and I ask, hey, since we're friends now, clearly we're all in a vehicle together, and we could all kill each other at a moment's notice, and clearly no one's killing each other. Would you mind if could I just hold it just to take a look at it? I can't run anywhere. I just would really like to see, what you got.
Spade kind of looks everybody in the eye, but just lasts a long time, meeting Fish's gaze. Trusting a man named Fish. Well, it doesn't seem like you can
uncomfortably a little bit.
Doesn't seem like you can run away from me at this point. I'm sure that Pug can probably just snatch it right back away from you. So I'll let you look at the Onan Dopey for a second.
Actually, okay. Can Pug? You're leaning through the seats, right?
Yeah.
I think what I would, and you're wearing long sleeves.
Yes.
Right. Pug would like to take out. DM, let me know if I can do this. Take out her shiv and just stab it into the armrest, just right next to your arm, so that your sleeve is caught, so that you couldn't run away. Am I good to do that? Do you want me to roll to make sure you don't?
I mean, are you going to resist this? Because if so, then we'll just have a quick roll off.
No, I'm actually so interested in what Spade's got that this almost doesn't faze me. I'm just sort of eagerly, looking at him.
All right, and then
I say, "Thank you, my lady."
Look at Spade and be like, "Captive audience, I will punch you fully through your face." Other side, grab brain, take out.
And when Spade produces this small object and I just get to touch it a little bit, I let out a oh. As if it's, just something I've never seen before.
Or in the splash zone, Pug.
And then just say, hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really have an interest in this sort of stuff. I appreciate you all letting me come along for a venture like this. It's not often that you get an opportunity to look at some of the tech that our forefathers left behind.
So you're one of them book folks, them learned fellas, huh?
You could say that. I can read simple words, but I am capable of writing, which is a skill that several or most people these days don't seem to appreciate. But you could say that I am the most interested in the pursuit and acquisition of knowledge about our forefathers. I have a healthy.
There's a lot of big words in there, Fish. Look, maybe you could help me learn some of the names of these songs. Some of them are hard to know the words for, and some of them I don't even know who the songsmith was, but I'll let you look at it as long as you can help me out in that way. As you look at it, I've been calling it an Onan Dopey this whole time, Onan Dopey. It's an iPod Nano. Somebody read it in a mirror one time, through this weird kind of prophecy kind of thing. I had somebody in a different room looking at it through a mirror. It's the only person that I knew could read. So they told me that this was an Onan Dopey. It's an iPod Nano green, second generation from 2006. Which is as we know, the prime era of when all the best music came out.
Very, very true. I can only read a very limited amount. So I crudely attempt to sound out the Ipud and that. No.
It's an interesting pronunciation, but it's Onan Dopey.
Maybe you know better than I. You carry this, and who am I to correct such a songsmith? And at this point, I kind of try to. I actually tear the sleeve from the large knife that was in my sleeve to just get out of the awkward situation, because anxiety has started to kick in a bit, clearly.
Thank you. As all of you guys know, Jenny being my number one fan, of course. Hello, Jenny. I am Spade. I am the resident songsmith and musician and all-around rock star in town. And yeah, if you guys ever need some road tunes, let me know.
Excellent. Well, now that the nerds, am I right? And she looks at Ginny. Pug wants Ginny to like her so badly. She looks and does like a little wink, but because she has like one black eye, it just kind of becomes this really like not a full, just like oh, it looks so painful. And then she opens one eye and her black eye doesn't open, so she has to like pull it open because it's so fucked up. Anyway, my name's Pug. Full name's Pug Mug. You can see why. It's just how I am. Spent years in old Denver, born and raised, the old D, loving on that old D. Was a brawler, brawled all right. Have you ever seen a brawling match? Probably killed that person at some point. And then, you know, we're moving away from that, upward, onward, outward growth, and been learning a little bit of medicine too. So if you get hurt, I can help. It's gore or hurt more, a lot more. It really 50-50. But I'm working on it. I'm learning, and I'm excited to not kill any of you. And it's like 30 seconds of direct eye contact with everyone as she says that.
I would only feel so honored.
Don't say any more perv shit. You can say that. No perv shit. No perv title at the end. You can say you're honored.
Hi. Well, we've already met, but I just wanted to, say a little bit more. So my name is Jenny with an X at the end. It's Jennix. And I don't know how to spell much, but I do know that. And so I'm from the Southlands. I made my way up here a couple years back, and I just go where the wind takes me, and I move on a little bit of vibes because, sometimes like the world tells you where you're supposed to go, right? Like it tells you what you're supposed to do, when you're going to do it. And so I hear this voice that tells me all the time, like, you should do this. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Watch out for that person. And I try to heed it because that's just always how my family's been, just a little bit witchy,
I hear that too. Sometimes when I get punched really hard in the head, I also hear a voice telling me what to do. So I understand that.
Oh, it's okay. I'll make sure you don't get punched in your face or in your earballs, because if you do, that ringing can stay there for a really long time. And I'm really, really good at punching people in the face.
Oh, what is happening here? We have so much in common.
You like to punch people in the face too?
Oh my gosh, love it. Top 10 activity. Yeah. What's your favorite body part to punch?
You know what? So one time I was out, right? And this fella comes up and he's trying to talk to me, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. And so he reaches down and he tries to pinch me on my rear, right? And so I came straight up and I uppercutted him, and I connected with his chin and took him back a little bit. Thought his neck was gonna break.
Pug is laughing so hard and slamming her fists into the seat rest or your car rest in front of her, just woo-hoo! All right, the face. Yes! He's so stoked to find someone else he loves to punch.
Spade can see Pug and Ginny getting along great, and it's gonna and then looks back at Fish. Nah, never mind.
Yeah,
so
shrinks in his seat a little bit.
So towards the end of that, and as you're banging on the front seat, and you have Bennett just moving forward with each bump, you kind of start to notice that y'all stopped but haven't moved for a bit. And before you can even question, Bennett turns around and goes, "We're just waiting for the next driver to get here. This is where we split, and y'all go on from here. The driver knows where to go, and everyone along the way will have the information that I've sent. You won't be without me, but you will not have me with you. I have other business to attend to."
Is there Pug would like to ask, is there a way to determine who's with you? Got any like insignias, or can we do a secret handshake? Bennett, can we do a secret handshake to know?
Sure, why not? We'll do a secret handshake. But the original secret word was, is it my turn to play the video game? Is it my turn to play the video game? Now, you might not know what a video game is, but it used to be a fun activity in the before times. So just say that. No one would be saying that anyway, because no one knows what a video game is. And then let them know that I said that there's also now a secret handshake, and I guess show them the preferred secret handshake.
Pug will go in and just give you a regular handshake.
But we got a secret handshake, and we're just learning secret handshake. And how are you going to get it to them and tell them we got a secret handshake? And if we teach them secret handshake, and we're teaching everybody we meet the secret handshake, then it ain't no secret.
Well, you're teaching everyone along the way, so you're going to get to the destination. Then on your way back, everyone will know the secret handshake.
So it's about the handshakes we meet along the way.
Exactly. Exactly.
But there's already like a code word that we're going ahead with, right? So
yes, is it my turn to play the video game?
Right. Okay. So is it my turn to play the video game and then the handshake, or the handshake and then is it my turn to play the video game?
I'll let you
Or is it
choose
kind of
the
at the
order.
same time?
It's
Okay.
Compliment sandwich, handshake, code, handshake, steal the deal.
Yeah, like I said, it's up to you. The hand, like, that's all y'all business. But make sure you say the video game thing, though. That is probably right now the most important.
Side note: if anyone is curious to know more about video games, I actually know quite a bit about the subject, and I'd be happy to let anyone know any questions. And I sort of realize everyone's sort of
Absolutely.
scowling at me, and I sort of trail off.
What do they taste like?
I've never been into one.
Damn, I guess you don't know everything, Mr. Know Everything.
Sort of step back a bit.
You start to sense that that Bennett has a brewing jealousy for your knowledge, Fish. so now, like it was, he heard you talking before, and he heard so now he's kind of like, oh, this guy's trying to win. I'm the tech guy, and he's over here talking tech. My family, we were there. It's almost like I was there.
Spade inside his own head is like, I thought I was the tech guy, and this guy thinks he's the tech guy. Like, what's going on? I thought I was there.
So then after that, there's like, well, you know what you need. They should be here soon. We will come in 24 hours, just in case. You know how it is. Raiders, scavvers, they'll attack you. Your couriers don't make it to the destination. So we will check back in 24 hours just in case. But my guys are good. They're probably gonna be here. But I just want to know you won't be left hanging if in a couple hours you never see them. And then they hop back into the SUV.
You're just leaving us in the middle of, okay, you're gone. We're here in the middle of the desert.
Bye, love you too.
So you stand there, you know, kind of in like right outside the maze in this deserty area, sun beaming down on you, kind of in an awkward silence for a beat. Seems like y'all have gotten to the end of most of introductions and conversations. And you know, just as, you know, Pug starts to think of a icebreaker to get everyone talking again, you start to see in the distance a pickup truck driving. Now, let's, you know, been out in the hot sun. Everyone roll memory.
1.
6.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
thank God.
Everyone rolled 1. Okay.
Except Jerry.
Yeah, Jenny, what'd you get?
A 6.
Okay. Everyone sees this coming on, and you start to get ready. You're starting to try and remember the secret code. But Jenny, you have like a really strong feeling that this truck is coming from the direction that y'all came from, and not from an opposite direction. So you're almost kind of wondering why the truck would come from the same direction if you know, if you were coming to pick up a meat. And you have about 30 seconds to sit in this thought before the truck meets you all.
Y'all, I don't mean to raise a fuss or anything, but I think we might be being followed.
And just as you say that, the truck skids into a stop, and out comes that same buff individual from the bar. And he has a couple of friends with him, and they all look just as buff and rough and dangerous as possible. But they walk up to you, and he stands in front of you. And he extends his hand to Pug for a handshake.
Spread already.
Pug will put out her hand.
It's a regular handshake.
She'll put out her hand.
Yeah, it's
ready in action.
And this person just shakes the hand. He's like, "Yo, look, I'm Scaff. I know that weirdo has you on some wild goose chase for this tech, but just remember what the old Granddads did. So you can do this goofy mission and let this weirdo get this tech to do whatever he's gonna do. Did he tell you what he plans to do with the tech?"
No, he
All
didn't
right.
seem.
He acted like that was his business and not ours.
Exactly. So I am offering a different offer. When you go up there, destroy the tech, come back and say there was no tech to be found. And to help you out, I'm gonna let you know this. We know that there's tech up there, but there's one of the biggest gangs up there who seem to worship this tech. So essentially, this man was probably gonna send you to your death, because there was no way you were just gonna gallivant in there and walk out unscathed. And you're not the first group he sent. So I'm just letting y'all know that that's kind of the mission you've been sent on. And if you want, you can go up there, pretend you didn't see it, destroy it. You can go your own separate way. But I'm just letting you know right now that you might be sent on a suicide mission.
Can I can I use a Soul Seeker ability?
Yeah.
So, I want to do reveal. I need to do an intuition roll, and I can see if he's lying or not.
Okay, go for it.
I get +1 to emotional, or to intuition specifically.
Mm-hmm.
5 + 1, 6.
Okay. You can tell that he isn't telling the full truth. There might be some fibs within this whole story.
Okay, I'll just hang back for now and see what the rest of the gang thinks about it.
Okay.
I think Pug, who's been very like jovial so far, is actually like upset and in thought, and is like almost to herself, is like, there was no honor in how the old granddads fought. Nothing that they did is worthy of any reverence. And again, she's not really saying that to anyone. She's just kind of saying it to herself. And I think people would know because it's very clear that she is a brawler, and she explained that she was a brawler, because that's like a well-known class. Like, brawlers are it is all about like honor and respect in the ring. Like, you have to respect your opponent. So that's kind of what she's like clearly wrestling with right now.
Look, I don't care really one way or another as long as we get paid. He did say that we get paid if we don't come back with anything, right?
Yeah. So I mean, you can fleece him, and I mean, I don't know, y'all. He got all this big connection of drivers, bodyguards. Why didn't he send them?
I was wondering that.
Yeah.
Can Fish attempt to pull everyone away real quick? Have a sidebar.
Ginny, what was up?
Oh. The first thing that popped into my head when you said that was, it's probably because we're expendable.
Who would want to expend Spade? I mean,
Well, I know he's not going to send people he knows.
Fish wants to corral everyone away in a bit of a nervous, agitated sort of way, and I look at Scaff. I say, "Excuse me, could we have a moment, good sir? Could we talk amongst ourselves for a moment?"
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of came with this information, so if you have nothing for me, I'll just leave.
Okay, I would like to try to pull everyone aside. I say, thank you, sir. And wasting no time, almost when we're not even far enough out of earshot, I let everyone know he's lying. He's lying about something. I'm not sure what exactly. I don't trust this guy. Ginny, you had a good feeling about Mr. Bennett. I got a bad feeling about this guy. I don't think we should listen to him. I think he's leading us astray somehow.
I feel like if he had something to say, he could have said it back there instead of trying to be all big buff man. But you followed us all the way up here. I think that's suspicious, and I'm just gonna say it.
Okay. Look, let it be known. I tried to warn you. You know, it is what it is.
hey, how'd you know the handshake?
What?
You knew like the handshake. Did Bennett tell you the handshake? Did he tell you the video game thing too?
No, what's the video game thing?
It's that they don't taste well. Apparently they don't taste good. If you ever find like a video game out in the wild, their meat is apparently stringy and just, you'll get sick. Not worth it. Not worth it. That's what Bennett told us.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, well, cool. I'll leave y'all to it. And then Scaff gets into the car and keeps driving in the direction away from where y'all came from.
We could have at least gotten a ride.
As you say that, the actual vehicle comes to pick up. It seems to be kind of a hatchback, a beat up hatchback. Definitely is going to be a tight fit. So the driver hops out and just stands in front of you silently.
Hello, friend. What's your name? Oh, video games. Shake my hand.
And he looks to the other three after hearing that.
Pug would like to be like, sorry, we're gonna do an aside again. Not again. First aside you've seen us do. It's the first one we've done. We're gonna do it again for the first time. And she'd like to take everyone and just be like, what do we want to do? I mean, if we go, we can make the decision when we're there if we want to destroy this or not.
I think we should make our way down there. Maybe I'm a little biased. I'd really like to see the tech that we're talking about here, but whether it's there, whether it's not there, we get paid either way. All we got to do is survive. It doesn't seem that hard, so I think we should go for it.
Says the most killable guy in our group.
Well, you guys are pretty big, so
you're equal. You two are equal. To be fair, let's not. We're not ranking last
take
place.
umbrage with that. That's not necessarily fair. But look, I think
I don't
there's
care
going to be
what
something.
you think.
If there's something to be sold, that'll change. If there's something to be sold, I think we might as well take advantage of that. Like blowing up something that we can make money on doesn't seem very smart to me. And you're the smart guy.
Can I clarify something? Between the two of us, I think that we can acknowledge and we understand that we could both take you and walk away, protect ourselves. So we're protecting y'all, so you really do need us, and you should probably own that we could probably, win in a fight more than y'all could.
Not
so
a
we
threat,
should
just a
sit
comment.
together. These are just facts. They're just
I can
facts.
defend myself. I mean, where is this coming from?
Kind of the whole
I just
and
wanted
Pug
to-
just.
He just kind of has this weird look.
Well, regardless of
Tuning your ukulele as you say that.
Yeah, I may be the only one here who acknowledges my physical inferiority compared to everyone else in the party, and all that aside, all inferiority aside, I really do think we should be on our way. I'm keen to see what they got going on up there, and I think we'd all like to make some money. So, what do you say we all just hop in this car here?
It doesn't seem to like us very much. I told him the whole code word and handshake, and he just didn't want to do it.
Maybe he don't know it. Maybe he just didn't get the message or the memo, or he will know he was there. Maybe he just don't pay attention.
The driver is still standing there silent, waiting for the code word. Or
We could just steal the car
code
from him.
phrase, I should say.
Don't eat video games. The code is don't eat video games.
He looks he looks at you, and now he's looking right at both Pug and Fish, hoping that someone remembered the phrase.
Pug is
Fish
is
would-
mumbling about video games.
Yeah, I think Fish would probably be the one to remember it.
I did roll a 1 on the memory. I'm talking of video games. You know,
I don't care about Fish. Does Owen remember?
I actually don't remember.
Yeah, that's so fun. I could sit here and be a mean DM, but the
Okay,
story that we're
okay,
telling,
Okay,
the story
Annika
that
remembers. Yes.
okay, but the story that we're telling, Fish would definitely remember the code word, which is "It's my turn to play the video game," which you say, and he nods, and he opens the passenger side doors, pulls the seat forward, and also opens the trunk for one person to sit in the trunk because there aren't enough seats in the car to hold everyone.
Pug will sit in the back. Pug's not a front seater.
Okay. Okay, so who's in the trunk duty?
Oh, I'll get in the trunk.
Okay. Awesome.
The boot.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So you're in the boot. Pug's in the back seat. Who was in the back seat with Pug? I'm just gonna guess and say Spade, probably.
Spade
Yep.
hops in that
Okay.
seat.
Spade's in the back seat, and sitting in the front seat we'll have Fish. So y'all are off, and the trip for the kind of like first kind of most part is pretty uneventful. Y'all are just kind of driving down the way, making conversation, but it doesn't quite stay that way as, let's see.
Their driver just silent the whole time.
The driver is silent up until he looks in his rear view mirror, and for the first time, he's been silent this whole time, he speaks, and he says, we're being followed?
Pug is going to be like, oh, that's why you don't talk a lot. Okay, that's weird. I would talk either.
Hold on. And before he can, even maneuver, you feel a big smash in the back seat. And I'm going to need Ginny to roll a reflex roll.
Get smushed.
Let me use my baby. That's a 2.
Okay. Ginny, the back trunk area crunches in, and you try to sneak, kind of like maneuver so you don't get crunched, but you take let's say you take 1 damage to your right and left leg, and the car starts to spin out and roll and tumble, and now I want everyone to go ahead and make a reflex roll.
Two.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I get a 3. Sorry, mine's 3.
Okay, 3. Okay, cool. We're gonna say that who had 2?
That'd be me. That'd be Spade.
Christina, what did you have?
I had a 2.
Okay, cool. So the car tumbles, spins out, and stops, and everything is covered in smoke. Everything is you can't really see much, and as the smoke clears, you notice a buff individual who you vaguely remember being behind Scaff just a little earlier, as he walks up holding a repeater. He says, all right, y'all, we can make it very easy. Hand over that driver or die. And I need everyone to roll initiative. Also, the resolve on that crash, the folks who rolled 2 took another 1 point of damage.
Oh no.
And if we rolled 3...
Anything specific or just our HP?
Let's say to the head.
Ooh. So does that come from, is that 1 point to our head, or is that 1 point away from our HP, or both?
1 point from the HP, but just note it's not, your head's not injured or broken. It just go ahead and mark it to know that it was hit, and it will intensify any attacks on the hit points, hitting that area of the body. Same thing for you, Christina. 2 points of HP, but just note that your left and right leg are already kind of hurt.
I'm not hurt, just badly injured.
All right, everyone, go ahead and roll for initiative. Remember,
right,
just
plus
roll.
reflex, right?
Yeah, a D6 plus reflex.
That's a 3 for me.
All
3 as
right.
well.
A 6 for me.
All right.
I think as the car, because the car like rolled, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of
think-
like as the smoke settled, and we'll imagine like as you rolled initiative is kind of the order. Everyone kind of gets out the car and is ready to kick ass.
Pug is a fighter. What happened is like the car rolls and she just like, you see her body roll out and then she lands in that cool like Spider-Man stance, just like one arm down, like ready to go.
Got it. Okay. So rolling for action points, I got 9 AP. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll say that the car kind of skirted away. So what he's going to do actually is he's going to have to use the 5 AP to move 5 feet towards you. And I'm going to go ahead and say that he is taking 4 so he can get a careful aim, and he's aiming it at Spade.
Oh no. Oh no.
Just Spade, say that out loud.
Hi.
And Christina, now it is your turn.
All right, so Jenny is going to look over at Pug, and she's going to say, "Darling, do you mind covering me for a second?" And Jenny's eyes are going to go completely black, and they're going to start to swirl, and you're going to start to see like a little, like through this whole turn, you're going to see a windstorm start to swirl around her like a little tornado tunnel. And you see like the gray and the crackling of the lightning, and her eyes just rolling in the back of her head, and the storm surrounding her. And it's gonna take me 5 minutes to move on.
All right. So then that means Annika, you are up. Or
Cool.
should I say Pug? Pug, you are up.
Pugless.
Pug is Pugless Adams. Rolled 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 AP to spend. How layout is really important to the class that I'm playing. So how close am I to Gen X, and how close am I to Dirt?
I mean, that would be determined by y'all since y'all got out of the car in that specific order. So you tell me.
Is he taking any kind of range from us because he has a gun?
Say that again.
Is he taking any kind of range from us because he has a gun?
Not as, because since he has a repeater, my range is extreme. But he's definitely moving forward because he's trying to get dead to rights range, so that he can just kind of get you to surrender. He's
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many feet? I'm gonna say that Pug probably rolled out, probably on the side closest to him, because it makes sense that she would like sense where the threat was, and it's like, okay, I need to put myself in between threat and everyone else. So I think she's probably on the right side of the car, doesn't need to go around. So 1 AP for every 5 feet. So I am going to move 5, 10, 15. So that's 3. So that I am on him. Like, I need to be next to him, and ideally I'd like to move in a straight line so I'm still in between him and Gen X. And then she's just gonna fucking punch him. That's what she does. That's what she knows how to do. So she lands, in terms of flavor, she lands, rolls out of it. Gen X is like, can you watch me for a second? And she's like, of course. She just turns around and she goes, of course I can. And then she just does like the football player thing. Johnny, tell me if I'm doing this wrong. Like the hut hike, and then just like takes off and like runs into him.
All right.
And then she's just gonna like, as she runs, she's gonna like anime style, like she's running and then just kind of like comes down here as she's running, and then just comes up with a massive uppercut and tries to hit the guy.
Well, all right. I'd go ahead and roll for damage.
Is that 1 or 2d6? That's 1d6. Okay, that is a 6.
Okay, so what is the modifier?
+1. So that's sorry, that's 5 + 1.
Okay, awesome. 6. All right. Almost surprising to you, this buff individual holding a repeater, who, you know, runs with this buff man, kind of gets like a little bowled over by you and your strength, and he drops the repeater and it slides about 5 feet away, and he's just kind of laid out in that moment.
That's my girl. You're doing great.
Fuck off.
All
Fuck
right.
off. Fuck off.
So then, Johnny, you're up.
Spade. I mean, how far away is the repeater from me now? Oh, I need to roll my.
Actually, wait, hold on. Was anyone within 10 feet of me when I did that? Because I do still have some AP left over. Because I still had 4 AP.
I don't think any of us were
over.
near the gunman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will hold. I will roll over my 4 AP then.
Okay.
Cool. How far away is the shooter from me?
At this point, he was knocked back a bit, and he now he is. I'd say he's about pushed. He got into 5-foot range, and then now you knocked him back. Let's say he is 8 feet away from you now.
Oh, 8 feet away. Okay, great.
What?
So I rolled a 7, but because I have a mastery in one skill, I get an 8, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move forward 10 feet. You're taking away 2 of that. And can I pick up the gun?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. I'll pick up the gun and say I don't know what to do with this yet, and I'll kind of just hold on to it. But then I'll take Steel Whisper, which is the name of my little mini guitar or ukulele, and I'll kind of just like cock it, and comes out like 2 blades on either side, like a hatchet, and I'll just try to like smash down on the bad guy.
Oh, all right. Well, roll for damage.
Do I roll 1d6 or 2d6? I forget.
Let's see.
1.
1. Okay. And it's -1 for a bladed weapon.
Mhm.
But I rolled a 6. That's a 5.
Okay, it's a 5. Okay, you bring this guitar, this bladed guitar, down on this man who was already down on the ground, and he coughs up a fountain of blood, just a full stream of blood down his mouth. He is within the throes of death, and he's basically he's like,
Yeah, you messed with the wrong guy, huh?
Yeah. This was a 1-2 punch he was not expecting. He gets knocked down. He takes a blade to the chest, and he is just without a weapon. And I think with that, that ends the encounter. He's there, and I see you have Fish who's standing at the ready.
In case he wants to, I'll give Fish my extra 2 AP as my moral supports ability for a Rambler.
Yeah, but he, in his last few seconds of life, this Dirk, he just says, "You still have a chance. You still have a chance," and he kind of folds over and dies.
Are we the baddies? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So,
Should we do... Quick question is, do we need to Pug doesn't know that much about witchery. Do we need to get Genix shake you out of your trance right now, or?
That's probably a bad idea.
Okay, I'll just.
There seems to be a lot going on over there. Fish, why didn't you get involved? What happened? What's going on?
I was about to fuck that guy up, but
Oh, I'm sure you were.
you all just.
Your voice cracks while you say that.
I was about to fuck that guy up, but that was a bit of a grotesque display of power. I'm a little sick.
Pug, still killable. Am I kind of rising up on the ranks? What am I at a 10? I feel like I started off pretty low now, but
You
I'm kind of
went up
showing
here.
my colors. Yeah.
You were at a 9.5. Killed that
Oh,
guy.
so
went
numbers are
down.
okay. You want low numbers.
Yes, hard to kill, easy to kill. You were at a 9.5, went down to a 6, and then you did that stupid tagline after you killed him, so you're back up to a high 8.9.
I'll start figuring out the next one. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna kill so many people on this trip. I'm gonna get really good at this.
You just don't
I
say
thought it was a
anything.
cool
You just...
tagline.
Okay,
I thought
well,
it was a cool tagline personally.
you're a 10 now. 10 out of 10. Easy to kill.
So while they're bickering, you see, like, Genix realizes, like, she feels that the threat has gone away, and you see her instead, like, swirl the clouds and her windstorm back into her eyes, and she just sucks it back. Oh, y'all, are we okay? Everybody's okay? Y'all good?
She didn't do anything either. Why'd you get down on me?
Yeah, but now we know she can do magic. Like, that's
I
crazy.
was totally doing something. Like, no, you didn't see the whole thing with the eyeballs?
Yeah,
That was cool.
What
Yeah,
was your
she was
intention?
being
Just
cool.
so we know how cool you were being.
Oh, okay, so my intention, what I was gonna do, was I was just gonna swoop them up inside of a tornado and, like, just toss them off into the distance. They were probably
That'd
gonna
been
get
so
crushed
much
to death.
cooler.
I should have waited. Okay, we'll let you.
No,
lead
you
with
guys
that
did great. You handled it so nice. I'm so proud of you. You guys were just so on point. But, you know, I mean, I can do it. It takes a little bit of time to get it all together because, you
I was
know,
gonna say,
like,
you said something about
patience.
5 minutes. I feel like this would have been over by then. We would have
Well,
been all
you
dead.
know, I'm still kind of a novice and I'm learning a little bit. But, you know, like, I can do it, just so you know.
Hey, what happened to our driver that we were with?
Oh, the driver
He gets
was
swept up in the
cowering.
tornado and thrown away to the desert.
It's just like Team Rocket blasting off again.
Oh.
The driver was safe. He was cowering behind the wreckage of this hatchback that is now kind of smoldering. And he kind of walks up, dusting himself off. Well, thanks for that. I really, I drive. I don't fight. So,
Yeah, and you don't talk either, and you can continue going with that. Can you drive this other car?
let me go check it out. I'll go. And he goes over. He checks.
As you're doing that, I think Pug will just lean over to Fish and be like, "Do you think it's like a soft palate? Like, is it a nasal thing? Like, is it? You can't have been born that way."
It could be indicative of low self-esteem.
Ugh, forget I asked.
So he walks over and he's like, all right, so there was a little damage due to the whole ramming us with the truck thing, but nothing I really can't fix. It's just going to take a couple of minutes. But why don't y'all check out the car or something? Or you can wait by the hatchback, but I'm going to get to work. And he decides to start working on the truck. And y'all are free to kind of just search whatever you want in the area.
I'd like to, Fish would like to search the corpse of the guy who we just brutally murdered.
Yeah.
When you say we,
It's like the royal we.
it's like
Well, I
the
wasn't
reverse
thinking
royal we.
I was there and I saw it
proud.
happen.
Yeah, let's do, I'd say for the check, go ahead and do a mental check to see if you, what you find out about this.
6?
6 mental
Yeah,
check?
6.
So for a 6 roll, you've kind of, you're kind of looking over his person. He really doesn't have much. He's not a man of means, much like Bennett was. But, you know, he has bullets for the repeater that now Spade has. So he has bullets for the repeater. He had a spyglass, which gives you +1 on focus when searching at a distance. He had that on him.
Okay. And bullets as well, right?
Yes, he had some bullets. 10 slugs.
I'll take the spyglass and put it in my inventory. And Fish walks over to Spade and
What?
holds up the bullets in his hand, and
Oh.
Fish says, "You know, you actually look pretty cool with that. You might be able to use these in the future. Here you go."
Quit flirting with me, thanks. And take the bullets.
Does anyone need to be healed? Like, how are our dings and dents coming out of that little fender bender?
I'm fine. I mean, I'm a little bit hurt, but I'm fine.
I got some problems with my leg.
Yeah, so Pug has just like a little bit of stitch training that she mostly picked up from just like having fought in the cage so many times. So I can use a tonic on you. And do we know if I heal past someone's max HP, can they get bonus, or is this the system that like caps at max?
I'm the GM and can do whatever I want, so let's say they get a bonus.
Cool. Okay, so I am going to give you a tonic to drink, and I will also cast. I'll roll memory and give you a little extra. So, I don't remember how much tonics heal for. Let me check that. But in the meantime, you also get 3 extra to whatever tonics heal. 5 plus 3, so you got 7 HP from the heal.
Okay. So we've checked the body. We're healing up. Is there anything else you want to check in the area?
Pug would like to check inside the car that Dirk drove.
All right, go ahead and do a mental check.
3.
3? Okay. So you're looking inside, and you take a cursory look. Luckily for you, just kind of sitting on the seat is kind of like a folded paper, and but you don't find any items. You just see a folded paper.
Okay. Pug does not know how to read. She's gonna take it to Fish and be like, "Can you?" Or I guess like Fish and Spade be like, "Y'all were talking about your new kids on the block pod thing here. What is this? What is this?"
I think there's some songs on here from New Kids on the Block. Hold on, let me check.
Not the point. Getting distracted. Focus. Eyes here.
So my letters talent is only novice, so I can only write. But
Okay.
is there a way, like, can I read
Don't
in
worry.
any capacity, or?
Well, here's the thing. She hands it to you, and upon unfolding it, you realize you don't have to read much because it is clearly a map of the West with markings drawn on it. One marking is very clear that it was in the area you are now, and the other markings go up seemingly the way that you were just told you were gonna go. So there is writing on it, but since you can't read, you don't know what it says, but it seems very clearly that someone is tracing the steps of where you're going, and the writing on it is fairly new. So it seems very much so, like you guessed, that after kind of shafting Scaff is now seemingly trying to not only track you, but to track checkpoints along the way. And it's at this point you hear a big slam on the hood of the door, and the driver's like, "All right, well, we're good to go. Did you find anything interesting?"
Yeah, I learned how much of a badass I am.
Yeah, we found that some of us are good at killing people, and some of us.
Oh, and I meant when you were searching the car and the people.
Yeah, no need to get all passive aggressive. We found some clues. We found a map here. I think we're gonna all need to, take a sec to talk about what we want to do with this, since we don't have to read anything.
Oh, can I see the map?
No, guys, can we all talk real quick?
Sidebar. Hold on, we're gonna sidebar.
Sidebar.
Yeah. You might have seen.
Pug grabs the Fish by the back of the neck and goes, "Let's sidebar," and just like turns.
This is kind of our thing.
You probably shouldn't have told him we had the map and then said he couldn't look at it. You could have just cut out the middle step and not told him we had it.
Well, maybe he'll, I don't know, tell us how he's feeling about that, and that's a clue too.
I think she's trying to say you give too many details and talk like a wee bit too much.
Yeah, emotions aren't clues, they're weaknesses to be destroyed.
Well, what do you all think we should do? Let's take a look at this, since no one has to actually read here. We can look
Can
at
I
the
read the
shapes.
driver? Can I use my intuition on the driver?
Oh, yeah, go for it. What are you trying to figure out with the intuition?
I want to see, was he like overly excited about knowing about a map? Was he being suspicious in any way because of that?
Oh, I mean, because it's you, go ahead and roll intuition. I was like, anyone else, I think I'd probably just tell you.
Well, I have a +1 in emotional, so this is just
okay.
This is
go for
D6 +1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was a 6 + 1, 7.
Oh, nice. Okay. He was just genuinely curious, and you also were able to read that he feels kind of shafted by you guys because he thought he was kind of becoming one of the gang, and this sidebar is really making him feel outcast as he just for the first time in his life decided to speak up and talk to the people he's driving.
I'm gonna say to the group, you guys figure this out. I'm gonna go talk to our driver for a second. I'm gonna walk over to him and put my arm around him. He's probably taller than me, so I'm gonna kind of put my arm up here. Hey,
around
buddy.
his waist.
Yeah, buddy. What's your name? We didn't get your name yet. I'm Spade. You probably know that already. But I'm Spade.
Sorry, I'm trying to talk less.
Right now you can talk.
My name is Tevin.
Tevin. Look, not everybody is meant to like be one of the cool guys, you know? I think you should kind of just lower your expectations a little bit. You know, if it happens, it happens, but we're not gonna fall in love with you over the course of like one drive. Look, if you can prove yourself a little bit more useful, like you showed a little bit too much excitement about the map, and I think that kind of put us on guard. And I think if you kind of just be like kind of relaxed and not try so hard, that'd probably work in your favor. So
yeah, but
if you want to just no, it's okay. Now's not the time to talk to him. And I think you should just kind of lay low, let us run this show. And look, video game thing, like I kind of got off on the wrong foot right there. And then, you know, you weren't super helpful in the fight, but I think you have a little bit to work back from. And just know I'm rooting for you.
Hey, Spade.
Yeah.
When we're telling people they talk too much, we should like listen twice as much as we speak.
Did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong?
Oh, only a lot. I promise. Only a lot.
In this situation or in general?
Tevin, I got a question. Are the Campbells your people?
You can talk, Devin.
And he just shakes his head. He's not talking. He shakes his head. But he kind of smirks. It's like, no.
Right. Everyone, I'm starting to feel kind of bad. It seems like we genuinely hurt his feelings by not showing him the map. I didn't really consider A, his emotional needs, or B, the fact that he might know this other X on the map. We got no idea where that is. Should we bring him in on this? Do you think we can trust him? We did kind of save his life. Would he try to kill us?
I'll make it up to him. And she goes and she like reaches into her pocket and she pulls out it looks like it might be granola. It's made of some stuff that she found that she thought would be like really good, kind of like a cookie or like a cookie ball because it's all balled up, but now it's black because it was in her pocket. And she sat down and she leaned over on that pocket and her legs got crushed. It kind of crushed that up in her pocket a little bit too. So it's kind of a little lopsided. And so she's going to take half and she's going to give it to him and say, how about this? This is a peace offering. And I call it a peace offering because you get a piece. Taste it.
And he just grabs a piece, takes a bite.
I want to roll if it's good or not.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a 1.
You can see his like cheeks and jaw kind of almost rejecting it, but he's smiling and looking at you, trying to pretend like he's enjoying it. But your witchiness is letting you know that he's just trying not to hurt your feelings, and he kind of swallows it down and he kind of nods at you, and then he kind of waves and he holds it in his hand and walks over to the driver's seat and starts up the truck.
I'll open up one of the
Seem
back.
like it.
Look, guys, I really thought that I had your backing on this one. I was trying to kind of be one for. Did I do something? I still don't know what I did wrong.
Spade, you didn't do anything wrong, sweetheart. You're doing great. You're doing so good. You're being bold. Fish, you're all smart with your book learning. And I mean, I think we're all just doing the best that we can. We're just getting to know each other. So we're going to be a little rough around the edges and we're going to all be on edge. And so she's kind of like using like her like little vibes, like to hopefully like control the emotional space of it. No, everything is fine. We're good. We're going on an adventure. Like, we're probably not going to die. It'll be fine.
So will you get in the truck? So it's a flatbed truck. So one person can sit inside and everyone else is going to have to sit in the bed.
Pug will get in the bed.
I'll get in the bed with one foot like on the edge of the truck bed, kind of trying to look as cool as possible.
Pug will just grab you by your collar and just like the back of your shirt, just like pull sharply so you just
Okay.
like. It's not safe to ride like that.
Fish would stand there awkwardly waiting to see what Genix does first, because I don't want to be rude, but I also definitely want to go sit in the cab.
Genix will just say, just jump in the back. She'll just pull up in the bed. Oh, this reminds me when I was young, we used to go and we go down those hills and you go mudding and you just kind of like lay down and you hold on real flat and lay flat on the bed of the truck and you just go down the hill and all the mud splashing up on you. It was great.
All
Pug
right.
is just listening enraptured. Just like,
So as you kind of drive off into the distance, you head up north along the coast for a bit, and it's pretty uneventful. And you get to your final stop with this driver, and he kind of nods and motions. And this time, you see a driver already waiting for you. And this is someone else in an SUV dressed very similarly. I forgot to mention that all the drivers that are working for Bennett have a vest and a driver's cap and just a dusty shirt under. It's almost like it's their uniform. So it's pretty clear that this is the driver. Yes, Christina?
So, all these people work for Bennett, but Bennett goes away when all this stuff happens. So technically his name's Bennett and he ain't in it.
The driver chuckles at your joke and waves you off. And before the driver drives off, Owen, why don't you do a quick focus check as you leave the car?
5.
Okay. As you kind of close the door, you catch a glancing look at the driver's kind of like knapsack. You notice he has a collection of books, and he drives off.
I kind of am gesticulating at the party. No one else is seeing at all or cares at all about what I'm interested in at this point. So I sort of throw my hands in the air and just pout a bit, standing, waiting for everyone to
Are
get
you
out of the
upset
cab.
about the toilet paper collection he has? Because I was looking at that thing too, and I was like, oh man, it probably doesn't get itchy down there.
I was just hoping, when I learn to read one day, that I'd have something else to read, I just have this one book I've been carrying around forever. It's got a lot of fluids on it, it's not looking so good.
So, as you walk towards your new driver, holding the piece of paper that the person who just left you was able to read for you, you kind of make your way to this driver, and he stands in front of you awaiting the secret password. I'm gonna save the drama and say that you say the secret password, and this driver does speak, and he says, there's gonna be some changes to the trip. We've lost contact with 2 drivers on the leg that we're supposed to be going on, so it looks like it's going to be up to us to make it to your destination, and I don't have enough gas for it. Bennett pays me well. We'll figure it out, and I'm gonna just take a quick glance and guess that our drivers didn't go on vacation. So, I'd say stay ready. And with that, he opens up the back trunk area of this SUV, racks his shotgun, and then gets in the driver's seat. And with that, we end our first episode of Old Rush. Woo!